announcements. We have sunblock up here at the front if you don't have any on. This is a good time to silence your cell phones if you haven't thought about that already. Our graduates will be processing down the center aisle. Just want you to know that for photographs. There are bathrooms located to my right here in the academic building and also inside.
We'll begin in just a few. Thank you.
does deserve a round of applause. Just filing in the correct order, I was doing silent cheers the whole time. So thank you for the round of applause, they deserve it. Welcome everyone to the Santa Fe Prep Middle School promotion for 2024. If I have not had the privilege of meeting you, my name is Heather Robinson, and I am the head of middle school here at Prep. It is my first year, and it has been a truly tremendous one. It is so great to see all of the family, friends, teachers, and of course the stars of the show today, the students. I mean, students, it's been like 17 hours since we were last together. It's way too long. That's crazy. The last time we saw each other, we looked very different, having just come off the river. So it's really nice to see how well you clean up. This being year, my first year at Prep, the end of the year rhythm was new to me. When trips happen, when graduations happen. We ended class last Friday. Our middle school left on their trips this week. And then we walk into promotion and we celebrate the end of just a truly great year. While it was a different rhythm for me, I have found it to be quite beautiful. We finish up the work, the hard stuff on Friday, then we have a fantastic 3 days on the river, and then we put this exclamation point on this year through this ceremony. Not to mention the timing gave me some not so empty threats, maybe, we hope, while on the river of them me withholding promotion. If their aim was a little too good with the water guns. You know who you are. Make sure your certificate's in there at the end. In all seriousness, the last 2 days are the perfect way to wrap up this year, with lots of fun, a lot of water, some bonding, a little dancing, and the incredibly popular koosh, yes, and of course shenanigans, because after all, where middle schoolers are, shenanigans abound. I promise it's a law of nature. Oftentimes, when I share that I teach middle schoolers with civilians, those who don't teach them, I get the, wow, you are really brave. You know, and sometimes they're like, God bless you, we need people like you. If it happens to come up that I am the head of a middle school, the eyes get really wide, and they start to question my sanity a little bit, which I understand, but I can assure you I am in fact sane. And I do love middle schoolers. Two truths can be true at one time. Oftentimes, we as adults can look back at middle school years filled with the angst and the social ups and downs, life lessons at every turn, and the emotional roller coasters almost daily, and think, man, I am glad I just survived middle school. Anybody out there feel that way? Right? It's a truth also. It is very rare, like really, really rare, that you find someone who looks back on middle school with extreme fondness and thinks, man, I wish I could go back and do it again, right? It's just that life developmental stage that is tough to get through for everyone. But you know, I think that's why I love what I do so much. We, and I'm including all of the wonderful middle school teachers and teachers behind me, in the world have this calling, and trust me, it does have to be a calling, survived our middle school years and make it our life's work to try and help our students not just survive, but thrive. I'm gonna be honest with you, as middle school teachers, we don't often get to see the fruits of our labor up close and personal. We are in that middle zone. Elementary teachers have adoring fans. Teachers get to see them read their first words, or multiply their first numbers, or start to become teens. We get them in the weird years. Upper school teachers get to see them as they're preparing to go to college, driving, all of these things. The up-close version of them becoming adults. However, we still love what we do, and we pour into and guide and nurture our students through a time when, like most of us, the ups and downs of adolescence, instead of those great teachers, will reign supreme in their memories. And we're okay with that. This is a reality we all feel, and yet we still come to work excited to engage our students, to nurture and guide them. Does that make us brave? Yes. Does that make us a little wacky? Also yes. It is also a slight PSA for all of you students over here. Remember who loved you when your shenanigans abounded, okay? But that's what I love about a celebration like this one. Oftentimes when you're at a preparatory school, the focus tends to be on the end goal of college or what comes next, getting through college. It could easily get overlooked, this monumental occasion as well, surviving and thriving in middle school. I mean, they've only been at prep for 2 years, graduation is not far away, and their entrance to adulthood is only 4 years away. But in my personal and very, I'll say but we know it's biased opinion, this is the best milestone. You may have heard me say before at a parent event that studies show that the only other time in life when a brain changes as much in a short span of time as it does in middle school is from newborn to 2 years old. That's crazy, right? That's the amount of change that we get to see happen in the 2 years we have them in middle school. And that, my friends, is why we do what we do. I am so grateful that we as a school make this day a priority. We get dressed up, we process in, we create the program, we celebrate the ups and downs, and some more ups and some more downs again, that have helped build the foundation from which these students are to grow over the next 4 years. They are entering, as Taylor would call it, their next era at prep or beyond. You are going to hear from some of our students today about the aforementioned ups and downs over the past 2 years and, wait for it, how they have grown from them and the lessons they have learned along the way. They are ready to take that giant step forward into becoming the young adults they are meant to be. That's what our middle school is about. Giving that softer landing when they mess up and being their biggest cheerleaders when they succeed. If you don't believe me about the cheerleading, come and take a look at Mrs. Jansen supporting, well, just about everything our students do. If there is something to be celebrated, she almost certainly has a pair of earrings and tights to go along with it. Usually a costume. Come over on Spirit Week, yep. And now I'm gonna turn my attention to the stars of the show. I had the extreme privilege of starting the year sleeping under the stars with some of you at Cottonwood Gulch and ended the year being drenched and, yes, shot in the face, folks, by you just 2 days ago. That's how much you know I care for you. You always will be my first 8th grade class here at Prep, and so that knows you have a cemented place in my heart forever. In just 1 short year, it feels like I've always known you, and the only explanation that I have for that is I'm exactly where I'm meant to be, with you. I know so many of you are just itching to get that freedom that comes with being an upper school student. You have free periods. Cell phone rules are not as strict. But first, before we jump into that era, let's use this day as a time to celebrate the time you have spent getting ready for this transition. I know and I have faith that all of you will find your way, your people, your passions, and that you will face some challenges and come out better for them in the end as you move on. You are ready. And we, all of your teachers, look forward to continuing to cheer you on as you grow. I mean, we are just across the way, over there. We are ready with hugs, high fives, maybe some Bonnie snuggles if you want, and of course, thinking mints will always be there. So don't forget to come back over and hang for a bit, or at the bare minimum, come say hi. I know you have free periods next year, so no excuses. Like, it's on the way to the library, okay? I'm just saying. So, let us have a closer seat as we watch you continue to grow next year. We want that. Thank you, 8th graders, for making this an absolutely incredible year. And back to you, our guests, for the programming that you've all been waiting for. We're gonna start with the good stuff. Our first student speaker is Andre Hirschham with a speech written from a prompt hidden in plain sight.
Hey everybody. My name's Andre, and I'm here to share some experiences I had in middle school. Middle school, where do I begin? There are many stereotypes of middle school in books, movies, TV shows, and other media that all pretty much say the same thing. It's torture. Teachers watch over you while you follow the schedule day by day, hour by hour, second by second, minute by minute. No freedom, unfair expectations, homework and stress, and even if you do act up in class, talk a little bit too much, monkey around with friends, you'll get in trouble. All of the teachers are after you, targeting you every second of the day, waiting for you to mess up and fold under the pressure. Yeah, I know. That's what I thought. And now, after 3 full years of middle school, I took I took middle school as a 6th grader in Florida, I realized that maybe, just maybe, this isn't the case. Maybe the teachers aren't going after you, targeting you every day until you do something terrible. Maybe there is supposed to be freedom, and maybe the teachers aren't making unfair expectations for you and maybe even trying to help you. Wow, that is a mind-boggling thought. Maybe even the teachers are trying to build you into a human being who works hard, shows integrity and respect, and has character. And maybe, just maybe, the teachers aren't the devils that we, or at least I, had depicted them in the past to be. I may have overlooked middle school, and maybe middle school isn't supposed to be a prison of learning and stress, but a last hurrah before high school. There are many ways that middle school is designed for you to have fun and experience school while still doing classwork and homework. Middle school has a variety of classes like clubs, academic workshops, and many electives that I explored so that I could find things that interest me. And I found one, ceramics. Special events like Winter Wonder Days, field trips, TAP, Danny Mass Run, and more make learning enjoyable. There is also a vast supportive environment in the middle school. All of the teachers, and especially my friends, are very uplifting. They bring me up when I'm down and always cheer me up with funny jokes. Their overall personality shines through my everyday life here at Prep. The teachers, too, always having a caring attitude toward my work and guiding me in the right direction when I go the wrong way. I have grown academically in every class. I've learned about quadratic equations and geometry in math and countries across the earth in global studies. In English, I've learned how to write stories and read Shakespeare. At the start of ceramics, I had never touched clay in my life, and now I believe that I am a somewhat good potter. In PE, I took my athletic skills to the next level with much running in the track and field unit. I also learned other games that I would never have experienced if it weren't for PE. In Spanish, I only knew the basic elements, and now I feel like that I have an excellent grasp and I'm ready to advance to Spanish too. In science, I learned about the universe and the great things about our Earth. What I'm getting at here is that middle school is supposed to be your favorite time at school. They make it fun and entertaining while still getting a fair share of learning. If there's one thing I've overlooked this year, it is middle school in itself. Thank you.
I'm going to buy some time right now while I welcome our student musicians. Asher Gonzalez, you guys can come on up. Asher Gonzalez, Leo Shepard, and Adaya Gonzalez are going to treat us to some music from back in my day.
Hi, today we are going to be playing 2 songs for you guys. The first one is called Good Riddance, Time of Your Life, and it is by Green Day. Another turning point, a fork stuck in the road. Time grabs you by the wrist, directs you where to go. So make the best of this test and don't ask why. It's not a question but a lesson learned in time. It's something unpredictable, but in the end it's right. I hope you've had the time of your life. So take the photographs and still frames in your mind. Hang it on a shelf in good health and good time. Tattoos and memories and dead skin on trial. For what it's worth, it was worth all the while. It's something unpredictable, but in the end it's right. I hope you've had the time of your life. It's something unpredictable, but in the end it's right. I hope you've had the time of your life. And this next song that we'll be performing for you guys today is Mr. Blue Sky. Sun is shining in the sky. There ain't a cloud inside. It stopped raining. Everybody's in the play, and don't you know it's a beautiful new day. Hey, running down the avenue, see how the sun shines brightly in the city, on the streets where once was pity. Mr. Blue Sky is living here today. Hey, Mr. Blue Sky, please tell us why you had to hide away for so long. So long. Where did we go wrong? Mr. Blue Sky, please tell us why you had to hide away for so long. So long. Where did we go wrong? Hey, you with the pretty face, welcome to the human race. It's celebration, Mr. Blue Sky's out there waiting, and today is the day we've waited for. Mr. Blue Sky, please tell us why you had to hide away for so long. So long. Where did we go wrong? Hey there, Mr. Blue, we're so pleased to be with you. Look around, see what you do. Everybody smiles at you. Mr. Blue Sky, please tell us why you had to hide away for so long. So long. Where did we go wrong? Hey there, Mr. Blue, we're so pleased to be with you. Look around, see what you do. Everybody smiles at you. Pa-pa, da-da-da-pa, pa-pa, da-da-da-da. La la ba da 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 ba 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 da da ba da da ba la la. Thank you.
As they find their seats, I will welcome up. We will have two student speakers. First, we will have R.A. Chan Shu talking about success through failure, and after that, Arloa Werner with growing pains.
When I first came to Santa Fe Preparatory School, I knew it was going to be hard, challenging, and rigorous. Hailing from a school with a less than ideal environment for learning, I didn't know what to expect with a structured schedule and increased responsibility for my work. At first, I did well, got along with my classmates, understood the material, and overall had a great time. One Tuesday, at the end of a rather successful math class, our tests that were taken a week prior were handed out. I was the last on my table to receive my test. I thought nothing of it since I'd gotten outstanding grades for my tests in the past. That was until I had turned the paper face up and saw the numbers 58.25%. My heart stopped, my stomach sank, and my body went hot, then cold, cold then hot again. I was so shocked that I had to look up to still myself. And there I saw all my friends' happy faces. The fact that all my friends had received good grades, so there's no excuse for me to perform poorly, was the first thought in my mind. The second thought was how? Looking back, I realized it wasn't that big of a deal. After all, it was the start of a quarter with numerous opportunities to make it up. And I could have put slightly more effort into, doing the test and not making simple errors. However, at that moment, as a person introduced to a new grading system, and school, and teachers, it was a huge blow. I thought that I had studied well, understood the material well, and focused well, and was adequately smart to boot. But the paper in front of me said otherwise. As I went through the day, dreading what my parents would say, phrases like, "I thought you said you studied then. How could you let this happen? Are you dumb or something?" rang out through my head. I was visibly distressed as I walked through the hallways at 11:40 on a Tuesday morning. I worked through the day in this mood, and it showed. I was racked with inaction, moodiness, and an aura of general suck. As I finished off my day, papers disorganized and haphazardly shoved into my backpack, and my water bottle's lid was barely on, my psyche was a jumbled mess. As I approached a car my father was driving, each step heavier, louder, and slower than the last, I thought about all the bad things that were going to happen, all the punishments and things I would lose once I broke the news. As I opened the door, threw my things into the back seat, and sat down next to my jovial father, I then said something that I thought would sour the mood. "Papa, I got a 58 on my math test." My words hung heavy in the air as I saw my father's face wrapped in thoughts. Thoughts that were going to no doubt punish me. Then after what felt like an eternity of rubbing my legs to calm myself down, my father letting out breath like he was about to talk, and tension that you could cut with a knife, he finally spoke. "Did you try your best?" "Yeah." "Did you study and do all that you could have?" "Yup," I said, still looking down at my still jittery feet. "Then what's the big deal?" I was shocked by the response. I expected a fiery response, not one that was understanding. If you tried your best, prepared your best, then it was just one of those days. The ride home was considerably less tense than I thought it would. I would go on to retake the test, learn more about math, but more importantly, learn more about success. The test wasn't that big of a deal, to be honest, and I kind of overreacted. After all, it was just one 7th grade math score at the beginning of the year. But that's how I felt back then. On the way home, my father told me a quote from Winston Churchill. "Success is not final, and failure is not fatal." That quote no doubt helped me in situations in which I failed tests, didn't do well on homework, or did poorly on something outside the school. Now I understand how to deal with failure, and that skill has helped me for all my time at prep, and for sure will help me indefinitely. Thank you.
"Are you nervous?" my mom asked me in the morning before kindergarten. I told her I was. "Are you nervous?" my mom asked me the day before 3rd grade. I told her, "A little bit." "Are you nervous?" my mom asked me the morning before 6th grade. I told her, "Sort of." That was a lie. But my reasoning to her when she asked why was that I had known those kids since I was little. These were the people I grew up with. There was no need to be nervous. I knew that school like the back of my hand. But I was always a nervous child, always scared of raising my voice or asking for help. I didn't want to ask for too much or to upset others. I just wanted to get through the year and be out of elementary school. I was ready for a fresh start with different people, and where the people around me didn't know me as growing up shy. I wasted 6th grade being worried and keeping few friends. I put myself in a shell, and that shell was shrinking. So when the start of middle school finally came, and my mom asked me, like always, "Are you nervous?" I remember telling her, "A little bit," which was another lie. The truth was, I was scared a lot of it. I didn't know the kids or the school like the back of my hand anymore. I was scared. I was scared of everything that could go wrong and all the things I could do or say wrong. But I didn't want her or anyone else to see that fear. I wanted to be brave, to be confident, to feel like I knew what I was doing. During my time in middle school, I had to learn to really tackle my fears. Fear of doing badly on a test, or presenting a project, or finishing all my work, or speaking up in class, and in the end being with all these people and trying not to crawl farther into that shell I had created. Starting at prep made me really begin accepting all these aspects that come with not just being in middle school, but in life. I became immersed in schoolwork and sports, all things that were new to me. I wasn't used to all the tests and all the assignments. There were times when I wanted to shut down and give up. There were times when I felt burnt out, but I had to push through because I had people around me that cared and that were going through the exact same thing. I learned to open up when something was wrong and ask for help when I needed to. I had to create relationships with not just my classmates, but my teachers too. I didn't always get along or have the best interactions with people, but I learned not to take words to heart as easily and to worry about the way I'm treating others and myself rather than the way others are perceiving me. I had to learn to not stray to the negative because that can only make a situation worse. These were all things I had grown up being reminded to do, but middle school was the first few years of my life that I really internalized it all. As we drove to my second year of prep in 8th grade, my mom, like always, asked me, "Are you nervous?" Kind of, but not really, I told her, and it was the truth. My first last day of elementary school wasn't the same as my first last day of middle school in the best ways. I feel like I know the teachers, the people in my grade, and the school that we all go to every day. I'm grateful to be surrounded by all these people because of what they have taught me and the experiences they have put in front of me. The good experiences, and especially all the bad ones during my time in middle school, have taught me a lot and have shaped me into the person I'm becoming. I like that, of course, we're all going through and facing different things in our lives, but I feel like we're all connected in some way. We've all undergone the same tests, the same teachers, the same projects, the same camping trips, and the same PE class. Of course, things from cramming to a test or desperately trying to figure out the confusing homework to being dirty and tired on the camping trip, and in PE while Renee yelled at us and Dave made us do push-ups and laps around the field. All sucked, of course, especially while we were all just trying to figure ourselves out. I think that it's nice that we can laugh and make jokes about it now, remember the feeling of relief at getting our work done and helping each other out, remembering how pretty the night sky full of stars was, and the food we got out of when the bus broke down on the camping trip. I love being able to laugh with everyone and be immersed in conversations, lighthearted or not, about it all. So when my mom asks me if I'm nervous before starting 9th grade, I will answer truthfully again. Of course I will be nervous. But with my friends and the people I want to be closer to, who are all amazing and who I care about surrounding me every day, I know I'll be okay, because that shell I had created doesn't define me anymore. And because that change is good and it is beautiful, it is shaping us into the incredible people every single one of us is.
Musical theater, you can move now. I'd now like to invite the cast of this year's production of Matilda up to the front. This group of students worked hard all semester long to put on a relatable, funny, and heartfelt show. One of the big takeaways from Matilda is that students are capable of amazing feats, whether it's eating a whole chocolate cake in one sitting or overthrowing a malicious headmistress. They'll now perform a song that paints a hopeful image of what the future has in store. Please welcome the cast of Matilda singing When I Grow Up.
When I grow up, I will be tall enough to reach the branches that I need to reach to climb the trees you get to climb when you're grown up. And when I grow up, I will be smart enough to answer all the questions that you need to know the answers to before you're grown up. And when I grow up, I will eat sweets every day on the way to work, and I will go to bed late every night. And I will wake up when the sun comes up, and I will watch cartoons until my eyes go square. And I won't care, 'cause I'll be all grown up when I grow up. When I grow up, I will be strong to be a grown-up.
And when I grow up,
I will have treats every day, and I'll play with things that monks pretend that monks don't think are fun.
and I will wake up when the sun comes up, and I will spend all day just lying in the sun.
And I won't burn, 'cause I'll be all grown up when I grow up.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Aaron Schubach. Today, our middle school faculty honors 6 students, one for each component of our Portrait of a Graduate. The portrait is the expression of the intellectual habits, skills, and mindsets students gain from their Santa Fe prep experience, and it's delivered in our classes, off-campus expeditions, sports, arts, and TAP programs. Students, if I call your name, please approach the podium and remain here for a minute. Karina Law. Karina, today we recognize you with the Intentional Craftsperson Award, celebrating your exploration of ambitious challenges with both agency and resilience, and your commitment to personal growth. Specifically, the faculty appreciate your wise soul, your artistic and creative self, and your enthusiastic support of your peers. Congratulations, Karina. Isa Marquez. Isa, today we recognize you with a Critical and Creative Thinker Award. The faculty salute your ability to activate prior knowledge, acknowledge multiple perspectives, make connections between disciplines, and express your thoughts clearly. Specifically, they appreciate the thoughtful and comprehensive approach that you bring to all subjects and how you inspire your peers to do their best. Congratulations, Isa. Isabella Miranda. Isabella, today we honor you with the Effective Communicator Award for your ability to express yourself both verbally and in writing. Specifically, the faculty acknowledges your ability to learn and embrace new perspectives and the respectful way you engage in dialogue with your teachers and peers. Congratulations, Isabella. Nadia DeClerc. Nadia, today we honor you with the Active Citizen Award for your ability to relate to people with different perspectives and life experiences. Specifically, the middle school faculty celebrate your open-minded approach to all subjects and the respect you afford to all around you. Congratulations, Nadia. Ari Del Mar. Ari, today we honor you with the Steward Award for your self-awareness and the way you serve as a positive caretaker for your environment and community. Specifically, the middle school faculty commend your ability to look out for everyone around you and the way you seek to be of service to others. Congratulations, Ari.
And our final recognition, Dylan Chandler. Dylan, today we honor you with the Balance Award for the way that you make the most of your mental, emotional, and physical self to be healthy, aware, and grounded. In doing so, you engage with the world with purpose and joy. Specifically, the middle school faculty honor your contributions as an athlete, actor, and scholar, and note your deep impact on our community. Congratulations, Dylan. Please welcome Nadia DeClerc.
How many firsts can a person have? First breaths, first steps, first words, first tests, first days, first says, first essays. How many of these first do you accomplish? They say they're the hardest when you're new and spew anticipation. They say learning to do and to try is the hardest fixation. But to be honest, I think it's the staying the same, to wake up each day and know you will repeat the same as you did yesterday, to stay for that and not just walk away, to write and rewrite the words you have written until you have none left to pool. That is a day in middle school. A time in your life you've been told is the worst. That day's the hardest, they say. That first. When you repeat a given schedule so many times it's ingrained in your brain, a chain of events you repeat again and again. For life is a game and middle school a level we have to complete. For these 2 years of your life, you just have to get over with, because what comes next is woven with a promise for greatness. So here's to our lasts. Last breaths, last steps, last words, last test, last day, last say, and this final essay before new beginnings, before new firsts, middles, and ends, before we send our friends off into this new blend of life. 'Cause today is a first day, a last day, and a day in between. Something we will look back at once we've seen it all and remember those days when we were small. So goodbye, old firsts, middles, and lasts. Hello, new ones, and fresh unknown paths.
The time has come. We will now be recognizing our 8th grade class as they wrap up their time at prep middle school. Students, I will call you up when I say your row to stand, and then you will come as I call your name. You will receive your certificate from Mr. Schubach and then return to your seat. Okay, first row, you can stand. Liam Oliver Baker. Kai Diego Banks. Elliot Betts Labard. V. Biggs. SP Bodell Stolpnagel. Cruz Bollinger. Juliet Catherine Brown. Liam Bussey. Second row. Amaya Luna Correon. Ruben Carvalho. Alexander Aurelius Chanchu. Julia Ortega Courtney. Nadia Rose DeClerc. Ari James Delmar. Max Dorwald. Jack Stark Dudzik. Sam Dunn. Cody Efroimanson. Sydney Franklin Egolf. Kayomi Amaya Franco Abeta. Noah Friedland. Solomon Garofalo. Asher Gonzalez. Meyer Simons Harwood. George Hendon. Amalia Hendrickson Jasso. Andre Busted Hersom. Hannah Lee Kaufman. Isaiah Timothy Kirby. Sophia Rose Lantieri. Natalia Sophia Larson Santander. Karina Cassis Law. Tessa Manningham. Isa Lee Marquez. Ava Neves Martinez. Evan Medell Abrams. Isabella Miranda. Jonathan Douglas Moore. Leander Richard Mora. Cash Nardi Keys. Lucy Nerzig. Iris Grace Redondo Lacey. Matthew Ryder. Vilas Kurt Roybal. Django Bear Russell. Isa Sanchez. Nicholas Scott Sanchez. Harry Waldo Scanlon. Catherine Schladecker. Dylan Chandler. Leo Shepard. Johnny Snyder. Jasper Utzi. Milton Joseph Villarriuba. Oak Weed. Arloa Sunshine Werner. Lily Elizabeth Winkler. Larkin Woltering. Adriana Wood. Jessica Zermeño. Congratulations, 8th grade, class of 2024. And now you will hear from your new head, Ashley Satterthwaite.
Wow, if we didn't know how special this class was before today, we sure learned, didn't we? Let me say once again, congratulations. Hopefully to Nadia's pleasure and the rest of yours, you have earned the required XP to level up to high school. As you step through this new portal, transitioning from primarily residing on one quad to the other, remember that high school will present new and complex quests. Approach them with confidence, knowing that you have had a solid middle school foundation to build on, as we've heard about today through Ari and Andre and Arla. As I have spoken to many of our current 9th grade students and other high school students, and as even Andre mentioned today of middle school being the last hurrah, one thing that I have heard repeatedly is the shift in mindset from middle to high school. Sticking to gaming terms, some feel that the mission of the high school level is solely to be accepted to a good school. While college acceptance may be a desired end result, I sure hope that it will not be the only achievement that you pursue in the coming 4 years. I encourage you to continue to take advantage of the many opportunities to embark on side quests. Try something new at prep, whether it's joining the cross-country team, performing in the fall play, representing a country's interests through Model UN, exploring photography, or even learning to play with all the fancy, powerful tools in Makerspace. These experiences will not only expand your own skill sets and may even help you discover an interest you didn't know you had, but beyond that, you will be able to continue to see your peers in a new light and form stronger bonds as a class. This is where the memories will be made and stories formed that you'll hopefully share with laughter and fondness when you return to the river for rafting once again in 4 years as a senior class. Remember, you are not an NPC or a non-player character. You are unique, and your contributions matter. We, the upper school teachers and staff, are excited to hear all of your curiosities, learn alongside you, and see in what ways you will choose to make an impact when you join us in the upper school next fall. So as you head into summer, I wish you GLHF. Good luck, have fun, enjoy your break, but don't forget to do that summer reading assignment. And welcome to the upper school.
You did it, y'all. Can we get one more round of applause for the class of 2028? We are now going to have the students process out. Guests, if you could wait until all of the students have exited the quad before heading over one last time to the middle school quad, where we can take photos, get some light bites, eats, and mingle. And one last thing, I need one more. You're not going to have me around taking pictures all year next year, so one last selfie. Okay. All right. We're going to go back in the reverse order that we came. I know we can come through the lines. So if you want to. Okay, Liam. One row at a time. Go that way, that way, that way, that way. There we go. Okay, families, friends, loved ones, if you would